Well, welcome to a wet week 23 of our Race Country Cottage Thai house build. Had to make a coffee before I started this video, and I'm doing it from inside our temporary accommodation. This is my office corner where my computer is. So it's too wet and muddy outside today, so introduction from home. So what's happened this week? Quite a bit. So the ceiling team was back again and pretty well completed all the ceiling works of the house. There's 2 rooms in the carport to be finished off. They were short some insulation, so that's arrived. So I suspect sometime in week 24, the ceiling team will be back to finish off. The storeroom in the carport, the long delayed storage room, has finally been completed after some words with our builder, asking why there was so much delay in such a small build. Anyway, team finished it off. And Tyler, he was working hard all week. He's finished the concrete kitchen, which you'll see in the video. So the framework, which is going to be tiled eventually. The skim coat team has arrived towards the end of the week and just started to skim coat inside the house. What else have I got here? Oh yeah, we have a revised building schedule. So we had a big sit down with our builder to discuss the building schedule and a few other items. He's finally got around to updating the schedule and says that the house should be completed around the 27th of November, and that a couple of weeks for correction of any defects, we should be able to move in around the 10th of December. So I'm hoping to be in sometime in the first couple of weeks of December with any luck. And then this week we also headed off to Mukdahan, our favorite location, to have lunch and do some exploring at Home Pro and other places for items that our builder will need, bathroom fixtures, kitchen fixtures, and the like. So all in all, busy week, very wet, very muddy. Anyway, come along and join me on this week's update. Cheers and thanks for joining me. So here we are walking over to the build site. Normally we go through the banana forest at the back, but everything's too muddy and wet, so stick to the road. It's been overcast and dreary like this pretty well much of the week. The odd bit of sun, but have a look at the mud and the wet. This is the entrance for everybody to come into the build site. So it is so gooey and slippery. So the ceiling team were here this week and started to put up the gyprock everywhere. So you can see they're just manhandling the sheets up to fit against the metal framework they have installed. You can see the insulation, and then it's just a matter of them putting the self-tapping screws into the C-channels through the gyprock. I mean, it's one of those jobs of rinse and repeat and cut and fit where necessary around columns and other items. So, sheets are heavy, and so it's going to be a real challenge standing up there and balancing yourself and balancing the sheets before they get them screwed into place. But as I said, just a repetitive job of going down the ceiling, sheet after sheet after sheet. They needed to leave a hole for the cassette air conditioner, which they've done. Here they are working their way down the hallway, and then there's just some random shots of the rooms that they've taped and put the gypsum mud in to fill the cracks and the screw holes. So I'm pretty happy with the results of the job. It's all looking pretty good. The next chore was then to come back and sand all the ceilings so where it wasn't smooth, so they have to make it smooth for painting. If you've ever done this, it's very tiring on the arms. As you can see from this fella, he's been at it for hours and his arms are obviously very tired. A bit of sanding and the arms are down, and a bit of sanding and the arms are down. Anyway, they spent a few days sanding all the ceilings. So this is the bloody storeroom that was taken about 2.5, 3 weeks to finish. But this week they finally completed it. And here the foreman's doing the electricals in the garage, pulling out the lines for the lights and the electricity in the storage room. This fancy machine showed up to manually do the smoothing of the rendering. It was interesting to watch instead of hand troweling. So here they're mixing up the render and applying it on the AAC blocks. And took them a couple of days to get all this rendered, as I recall. It was so wet, it took taking a lot of time to dry as well. And just some more mixing of the render and applying to around the outside and inside until they finally have achieved success and it's all done. It looks good. That's the outside with the glass block wall and just the inside. Happy with that. Then it was on to the tiler in the kitchen. That's the layout of the kitchen. That's what it'll look like when it's finished. So this week was about measuring out the dimensions on the kitchen blueprint. It was done by Kitcho. Used their electronic laser to establish the lines and marking the tops of counters where the cabinets will be, and then this shows the thickness between those two lines, how thick the cement will be on the countertops. So this was the tiler down measuring everything up and laying the first AAC block to make the form of the counter. So the following series of pictures and videos is just him at work, following the blueprint, making space for the inserts for drawers and cabinet door interfaces. So on the right is the upright storage cabinet, and then behind that where he is where the stove will be, the sink. Interesting technique. They put, instead of the wood, they used the tiles on the framework to apply the cement to. That way the underside of the cabinet is already tiled. I thought it's very unique. Apparently it's a new way of doing these concrete kitchens. So that's the back of the tile facing up, and obviously the good side of the tile's down, so it faces in the cupboard. And they put an early coating of concrete on. He's got, as you can see, there's spaces for tiles to go. He's got the concrete down. Here he's just cutting some of the tiles to fit in around the post that's just behind the upright cabinet. That's the tiler's wife on the left, and she's just applying concrete to the tile tops. Here he's just checking to make sure it's going to fit correctly. Good to watch these guys and know what they're doing. Here he's drilling into the wall so he can put rebar into the wall, and then there's the top of the concrete has rebar in it all the way around the countertops to make them very strong. so it won't pull away from, obviously, the wall. So they'll pour 10 centimeters of concrete into this space, which you'll see in a minute. So he's made a frame for the cooktop, and that's the cooktop, and the sink, to leave a hole when they pour the concrete. He's putting the formwork up around and here he's poured the concrete. This will all be tiled later, so while it looks rough now, it'll be nicely finished. And that's the 10 centimeter thick concrete top. That's the underside with the tile showing down. So when you tile inside, it'll be all nicely finished. The next job was the island that goes in the middle. And here he is building the island. So there's a cupboard at one end and then just an open part to sit with stools. It's a 60 centimeter wide island. The counters are 60 centimeters wide as well. It's standard in Thailand. They're 85 centimeters high. A bit shorter than the West, but they're all good. And here he's just putting some moisture down before putting down the AAC mortar that they use to secure the block. So he just lays out a bunch of mortar, and then he's already marked the floor where these blocks need to go. And then he just taps the block into place to make sure it's set well within the mortar. And then he double checks the width distance that it's meant to be according to the blueprints. All looks very easy when you've done it many times before. It's got to be exact because the Kitcho cabinets have to fit in, the pre-made cabinets have to fit in between that. And that's kind of what it looks like when it's been all set up. Here he's putting the rebar onto the top before he pours the concrete. So at each end he's drilled in short rebar pieces, and then he'll connect them all with long rebar pieces and tie them all together. So you can see him and his wife have got the rebar there, and now they're just with wire tying it all together before they frame it up and pour the 10 centimeter thick top. So it's going nowhere, this countertop. It's all very, very, very solid. And here's some shots of what it looks like with the countertops poured and the forms removed. So happy with the results. So another thing we did this week was explore curtains for the house. So we went to a local shop in Tat Pranam, and they came out to measure up the house and the windows to talk to us about curtains and costs. So they've given us a quote, and we're going back to see them shortly. And that's the curtain up on the left style we're looking at. See how that goes. And then we also had a fence contractor come and talk to us. So we had a plan of the fence, of where we wanted the fence and how much fence. This is the style on the front and side that we want, the cowboy fence. And then on the other countryside, we're going to have a mesh fence. Then today the skim coat team showed up to start skim coating. So they've mixed it up ahead of time with skim coat, and here they're just applying it to the walls very thin, just to fill in any of the concrete gaps in the concrete and to make it very, very smooth. So this is the first room they've done. So just a glimpse of what they're going to do over the next few days. We also took a trip down to Mukdahan this week. Went to Robinson Shopping Centre initially to enjoy a nice Thai lunch. Some shots of the food we had. before an afternoon of shopping and exploring at Home Pro. We needed to pick out what they call the eyebrow that goes against the tile edges. The builder wanted to know what color we wanted, so we found this color that we want to use in the bathroom and kitchen. We also picked out water heater and rain showers and some toilet accessories which are going to be in black. And then American Standard toilet paper roll in black, and that's the sink in the master bathroom. And we also needed to find a tap because the sink is 15 centimeters high, so we found this Hafale tap. So happy with that, and then found this wall-mounted kitchen cabinet for the spare room. So that's it for this week. Some drone shots of the wetlands near our house to close. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to updating you on week 24 next week. Cheers.